I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past. I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past. I want to thank first of all to all my team and the entire people here making this possible for us as a team together. Any one of you will find its own place, if not in our courses, rather in bringing their imagination to life by just prompting in Biela. Because as I said, now everyone and everybody, from kids to elders, from those who have the skills to those who they don't have the skills, are able to develop software. If you're not stepping now, you're not stepping into the future, and you are going to be grounded in the past.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? How you doing,
Very
Robert?
good.
How you doing, Leontin?
Good. How are
We are
you?
Good. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday build call. So happy to have you here. We have a really great agenda for you today. I'm gonna just chat for a little bit and see if we have some more people joining. If you don't mind, I see Kitty. Thank you for coming. Let me know where you're calling in from, or you're zooming in from. I'd love to know that as well. And also, I want to know. Just give me a yes in the chat if you already have a Biela account and you are building something that you're already working on. I want to know how many people are actually already using the platform. That will be so helpful for me. Okay, so as we from Paris, I love that. Oh, wonderful. Ed, it's good to see you from Atlanta. Yes. I know you're working on a lot. We're excited about that too. Wonderful. Okay, so you guys, today we're going to cover a number of topics that are all very relevant to you starting and running a business. We know that the AI explosion is really taking place in empowering small businesses to become more efficient, as well as to take ideas and launch them in ways that they never have before. I mean, bringing ideas to life. Even Alex mentions that in the intro video. If you have an idea, actually bringing it to life. And so we're really going to focus on that today. And it's actually going to start out with a little conversation around prompt engineering and enhancing your prompt. And then we're going to look at a real world example from our amazing development team. And then we're going to, at the end of that, come back to what Biela built from our enhanced prompt. So my name is Sarah. I'm your host. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm very interested in where you're from and what you're building and any questions that you may have. So please, as we go through, continue to put those in the chat. I'll be taking note of those. And then I'm also going to welcome Robert and Leontin. Just say hi. And yeah, tell us where you are today and maybe what's the weather like where you're at, your side of the world.
So I'm Robert, and I'm developer at Biela.dev, and also I'm one of the instructors at Teach Me Code Institute. But right now I'm in Spain, in Madrid,
Nice.
and the weather it's nice.
It's
It's
nice.
warm.
That's awesome. I want to go to Madrid. I've never been there. I think it's
Well, I'm
nice.
glad that the weather is nice there. Here in Romania, the weather is very rainy. It's cloudy and cold. My name is Leontin. I'm from Romania. I'm also a developer here at Teach Me Code, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Oh, we have somebody in the chat from Madrid.
Yes, we
All
have
right.
somebody from Madrid. Nice to meet you.
That's awesome. Well, we have a global community, and that's exactly what we want. So we're excited about that. Washington State, I see us. Italy, yes. Paris. This makes me really happy as a. So I'm Liberian, actually, West African, and I was raised in the United States. And I love to see global communities. I think it's amazing. So thank you guys for logging on and for sharing that. I will also reiterate that we always love that you're working on projects. So work on projects, bring those projects to these calls. You are more than welcome to write questions in the chat while we are building, because we will answer them. So consider this as a place where you can get live answers. Obviously, we have Telegram, we have Discord. If you're an affiliate, we have a community chat as well too. But you can always come on live and get live answers. So keep that in mind. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is start out with a prompt. Now, I'm going to keep this fairly general because we're not actually going to be building specifically this thing. But I wanted to start out with. We oftentimes talk to ChatGPT or have conversations with ChatGPT when we're starting to build a prompt, and that is actually a good strategy. But there is what's called prompt enhancement. Sometimes we can give it too much, or maybe not the right element. So this morning, I sent to my developers a concept. And maybe as a novice, I would have called it a prompt. But when my developers looked at it, they said, this isn't actually a prompt, Sarah. This is a concept. And so we're going to kind of take it and break it down. Do you want to, Robert, just talk, or Leontine, talk a little bit about what makes a good prompt, or when you looked at my prompt, why you said it wasn't what it needed to be?
Well, depend on the vibe coder, let's say, or everyone who is giving a prompt or is working with AI. It depends on the framework. What are you using? Okay, there are many frameworks, but you need to find one what is fitting your project or you are comfortable with, and that's all what my suggestion is.
Okay, so we're going to start the call with entering in a prompt and using the Biela prompt enhancer. And so you can see what it's like to use the prompt enhancer to get started on your project. And then shortly after that, we're going to jump into a real live example of a nail salon. And we're going to do everything with this nail salon. We're going to connect our Stripe so that we can receive payment. We're going to create an admin portion to the website so that you can see where your appointments are booked. You can see your projected income for the week. We're going to connect your email so that way when somebody submits an email, you get it delivered to your email. So it's going to become very, very functional. Shortly, would you guys like to go ahead and share your screen so that we can look at the prompt enhancer?
Robert, if you would please.
Yes, there is you can.
I see Sweden. Hello from Sweden.
I share it with you, and you can share the screen.
How many? Can I get in the chat? How many of you guys are working on projects right now with Biela? Just give me a yes or a thumbs up. Oh no, it looks like nobody is. What?
Nobody's
What
using
is
Biela.
happening?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I am. Yes, yes, yes. Now, here's the thing. This is a insider hack. So there's this. Our founder loves to give gifts. If I mean, I'm telling you, he's like a surprise guy. He likes to surprise people and surprise the community. And I can tell you right now, if you want to get the most out of the Biela community, then come with your projects, come to the calls, show up, and you will be amazed at the type of things that happen live that are only offered live. So this is just a quick little insider hack. Okay, Leontine, Robert, who is going to be sharing the prompt enhancer?
Leontin will be, but this is the simple prompt, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to start from a very simple prompt that doesn't say pretty much anything other than the main idea, let's say, a real estate listing website for the Romanian marketplace. And I want to see, I want to show how this prompt, this very simple prompt, will be enhanced by Biela. So in order to do that, all I have to do is to write the prompt that I have, and then I'll come down here, enhance prompt, and all I have to do is to press it. It will automatically start writing everything else, and I will have a message, a success message. And now my prompt is a bit more complex, just because the main prompt.
Check the structure, right? If you can open it somewhere else, or
Oh yeah, sure.
Appropriate. Because I think one of the questions that may come up is, well, am I not writing an enhanced prompt if I'm writing it with ChatGPT? What's the difference, and why should I use the prompt enhancer rather than have a long conversation with ChatGPT?
Right. So because ChatGPT is more, it's created for like communication and research and things like that. It doesn't really know exactly what platform you're going to use, because there are a lot of different tools for this kind of things. But there are, for example, with Biela, there are prompts that are better written and better structured for this kind of project, let's say, or platform.
Yeah.
So because in this case, the prompt was very, very simple, it didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. So it came up with a few ideas like search with advanced filtering, things that are pretty common for this kind of project, right? Individual property listing pages and things like that. And we can go in even more detail and tell it exactly what we want to list there. What, like, for example, if you want to have all the cities in that country and I don't know, all sorts of filtering, analytics, and all that good stuff. Even an admin page, you can add it here and tell it to build it, and then to basically tell it what to add in that page, what the admin should be able to do there.
That's good. I have a chat that I want to bring up here. Is it appropriate to start by planning until you have a plan that you like before start building? I love this question. Thank you so much. Because there is the build mode and there is the plan mode, right? And we actually want to use both of those. So that's a great question. What would you say, gentlemen, about this concept, and what do you find as best practices when it comes to building? Because I know that a lot of people are using chat and it does make sense versus planning here in Biela. Can you talk a little bit about that?
For example, it's so nice this question, and I'm always planning before I start creating anything, basically because in this way you are also saving tokens. Because if you have a nice plan, you have a nice project in mind, and you created a great plan, you don't need to make a lot of modifications. You don't need to start again from scratch. You don't need to do something like this. So spend a little bit more time to think on what do you want, how the results should be, make a little research, rather than just giving, create for me a website to Biela and that's all. It's possible, it's creating, but it's better if you plan something before, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's also I do the same thing every single time when I want to build something. I go first in the plan mode, because let's say that I want to build a store, but I don't really know exactly what that means, like the whole requirements behind it, like the payment methods and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And in plan mode, usually Biela will ask me about those things too, and it will make me think about those and take them in consideration. So in the end, exactly what Robert said, it will help me, well, not just save tokens, but also save time, because it's way easier for me to be asked by Biela before I even start building anything than to actually find the, let's say, the hard way.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's probably a good way to use chat to do research, right? Do research maybe about your business, about the industry, about what you want to build, or maybe what other people are building. But using chat as a research tool, then coming into the plan mode in Biela, and then starting to have conversations around planning inside of Biela, because it will know how to structure a prompt so that you don't have 20 pages from chat that don't really translate into how to build a good site. Is that accurate summary?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. One thing I'm thinking of, and you can put in the chat a thumbs up if you agree, in the future, maybe we'll even have a conversation to look at what is a good prompt, and to actually work with you guys to understand what you consider a good prompt, and actually kind of go line by line. I'm super visual. I like to break down the details. So if you guys like that idea in the chat, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and I will consider that for the future.
Also, we will have an entire course about prompt engineering.
We do.
Teach me code, right?
We do. And exactly. Well stated, Robert. Robert is doing the right thing and advocating for Teach Me Code, which is our sister company. And many courses are offered there. More are coming online as well. So we will definitely keep you posted about that as well. Awesome. I got one thumbs up. That makes me happy. We'll keep that in mind, and we'll move forward. So let's go ahead and enter in that prompt that you enhanced and let Biela start building. And then I want to jump over into the purpose for today, which is
if you can stop it, Leontin, and start on plan mode, it's better, I think. Let's check. Go back to the Biela previous. Paste it here and go to plan. Let's see from here, from scratch, right? And check and analyze a little bit what is doing Biela and why it's better to start planning than start building. Okay, because right now it's starting reasoning, it's starting understanding your prompt, and then start giving you questions.
Yeah, I says, is it better to plan mode before going to code? Yes, it is. You may have missed that. No trouble. I love the questions. Yeah, it is. It's better to start in plan. And I love how Robert just said, yeah, no, let's start with plan before we go into build. So yes, and yes. Next question, does plan mode cost tokens? If so, does it require less tokens or the same amount?
It's cost tokens because basically we are using also an AI behind to create that chat. So, but less tokens, of course.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this is the response. Exactly what I just said before. If I don't take some things in consideration, for example, like property types, it will ask me about that. And what categories, and so on and so forth. The prices, the size rooms, and so on and so forth. And we do have photo galleries. It's asking about that too. If it's user accounts or agencies or things like that.
No need to answer all of these questions, of course, because maybe you don't know the answer for all of them, but it's important to answer to
The
few
ones
of
that,
them, at least to have a little brief to start building something. Okay.
yeah, that's good. And also the thing for you guys to recognize is when you have a conversation with Biela in plan mode, it keeps that context. So as you continue to build your project, you have the benefit of having that contextual conversation already loaded into plan mode. And this becomes more and more relevant as you build. So again, just another good reason to have that planning conversation inside of Biela.
Yeah. One other thing that I'd like to do, usually when I use the plan mode, is to tell it to give me recommendations. So, for example, maybe for the photo gallery, I don't know exactly what types of photo galleries are there. And maybe I can tell it, well, what suggestions do you have? What would you recommend for this kind of project? And if I still don't know exactly what kind of gallery to implement, I can just
try it out if you want. Copy that question and ask, what do you suggest me? Let's see the answer.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
important to understand and to analyze the answer of the AI, because otherwise we are doing the bad job, right?
Yeah, love that. I have a question here. I see you used Markdown in your prompts. Is that useful for the AI?
Yes, definitely it is. It's one of the ways to prompt, and it's one of the part of prompt engineering.
What is Markdown? I'm raising
my hand. It's like a way to give instruction to the AI, right?
So it came up with different reasons why it's a good idea to implement a gallery, and at the end it says my top recommendations is robust photo galleries, essential non-negotiable, floor plan support, virtual tour embedding, and video embedding.
But we have a better one. We have Content Studio, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
So you can create your own images without paying any type of money for it.
You can create your own images inside of your in your build without having to use a separate platform.
Exactly.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Are we ready to build?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's do it. Over to build mode. And then what do we just say? Build what we just discussed. That's always what I say. Please implement. Go ahead and tell.
I can just tell it to pick what it thinks is the best choice for all of these questions.
So essentially, Leontin just gave it the autonomy based on the conversation to make the best choice. And so now we are going to go into build mode. Remind us again of what that prompt was, Leontin, the initial starting prompt. It was very simple.
Yeah, build me a real estate website for the Romanian marketplace.
Okay, perfect. So while Biela builds, let's transition over to the site that you guys made that we're going to spend more time on today. And would you mind showing that and talking about what this business is just a bit?
Sure. So this is basically a nail salon. And here we have different services. different prices and also different time.
Duration, time.
Yeah, durations, yeah. And we can book them. We have also a gallery here, different pages. We can,
Nice.
okay, and basically we want to implement Stripe in this project. So we can go to book an appointment, select, let's say, this one. Let's go continue.
Anything, right? Basically, we created this project. It's a very simple one. I think it was 3 prompts from our site to show how easy it is now to connect Stripe, to create an admin dashboard, what is so important, and all that things, and make it working so easier, right?
Working solution. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So what the importance of this site is that it really empowers an individual to go out and start a business or run a business, or if they already have a business, how to enhance their business. So it's a trade, right? Which is really applicable today in this time, whether it's a hair salon, a nail salon, a service-based business that needs the ability to, let's say, book a client, accept a payment, maybe manage a calendar. All of this we're going to be able to build and activate today. We're going to add a few services on there, I think, as well. Why don't you take us back to the homepage again, Leontin? Okay, perfect. So we've got our main entrance here. Obviously, you can take your own photo and just go to the content studio, upload that photo, and use that as your homepage. When it goes to book an appointment, I just want to look at the functionality of that, or adding a service. When you look at book appointment, can you take me to that page?
Here, like selecting a.
If you collect. Mm-hmm.
We already have some data in our database, so we already have some appointments booked. That's why these are already crossed.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I were managing this, would I manage the calendar right here, or would on my site, or would this be associated with like a Google Calendar or something like this? How is this built?
No, it will be managed here. We will have an admin dashboard that we will implement soon, and we will see there all the appointments that we have, all those that we are coming, and if an appointment is paid, and so on and so forth.
Okay, amazing. And we'll be able to see all of that on the admin dashboard.
Yeah. And also we'll see. Sorry.
Continue.
And then we will see if the appointment was paid.
Paid or not. Amazing.
Yeah. Let's start with creating the admin.
Sorry?
Let's start with creating the admin. It's a good idea, Sarah, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And then after we create the admin, we'll connect the Stripe.
If we don't want to add more services, yes, let's go to this the Stripe after the admin, of course.
Okay.
So to create an admin one, it's easy. Like I want to create an admin.
Okay. I want to admin dashboard. And so the admin dashboard gives you the ability to manage the activities on the quote unquote back end that you see on the front end. So that's going to include everything that he just discussed, which is your calendar, booked appointments, whether or not it's paid or unpaid. So once we create this admin dashboard, we should be able to even maybe see how much income we should be making for that week. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yes, of
exactly.
course. You can generate also a system where you can download as PDFs or something, whatever you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of
Yeah, a report.
possible report, yes.
A report. Now, I know we might not be able to do this today, but if I had a calendar on my website and I allowed people to book appointments, can I create an integration where that calendar gets duplicated onto my Google Calendar?
Yeah, for sure. It can be done.
So that way I can essentially manage the business details. What if I wanted to say, for instance, on the website, I only wanted to offer certain days or certain times, so that once those slots were taken, right, then I'm no longer accepting appointments for that day. That's easy enough to do, right?
Yeah, part of that it's already actually implemented, as we've seen. For example, if I pick whatever, let's go to. We already have these appointments blocked, so we cannot overschedule. And also we can make a system that, for example, let's say that the Christmas is coming, or the Easter in this case, right? And we will have some days off. We don't want to work that week, for example. We can go in the admin dashboard and disable those days, those specific days.
I see. Oh, that's good. So it shows the entire calendar, but we can block out certain days. I love it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we can show how easy it is to change, for example, the hero section photo with the Content Studio.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we have our Content Studio, right? We can choose the aspect ratio, what we need. For the hero section right now, we should select the 16:9 because is the best one, and the format what we have. The quality of course we can change it, and the size of the image.
Yeah, and then we have to describe what the picture should be about, what the image should be. So, any ideas?
A photo about a modern nail salon, let's say. I like to say that create for me a hyper-realistic image about blah blah blah. Normally. And add a red lamp, red furniture, because we have a red style, right?
Red, yeah, with red and white main colors. And meanwhile, the code is done. But first,
let's wait for the image first, and then we can go to the code and continue from there, and let's see what it has done. Okay, the dashboard, login.
So we do have already some information about what we can do in the admin dashboard. We do have an overview stats. We have appointments, full list with search, status, filtering, pagination, confirm, cancel actions, services, view all services, and add new ones.
Can we go to the preview and check?
Yeah.
While yes, after we will change the image. So normally this is a step what not everybody knows. Normally to or you put the physical button to log in, or just needs to make /admin after your link, right? Usually this is way to go to that page.
Oh. So later on, if you want to put a button on your website, you can do that in a future
Yes,
prompt.
but I
But once
don't like to put it because it's not so professional and it's something internal. So
okay.
I don't like it. The people, you can put it, of course.
Yeah.
It's up.
And because he didn't give me the credentials, I'm going to say to add a test login button to automatically log me in with a test account.
Maybe it's empty. You can sign in without credentials. Did you try?
It does say no. No, it
Okay.
does say that the password set in your database.
Yes.
Hmm.
Or just say to create another user, admin 2 on the password. I don't know, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. So you can just give it.
Yes, you don't need to go to the super base and create it there and anything. So you even this it's easier. You
Oh, look
publish
at
it.
that.
And
That's
this
cute.
actually goes very well with the color
Yes.
scheme.
It does. Now, obviously, this is conceptual, right? Because we're not going to go build a salon that looks like that. But if we had a photo and we wanted to use it, what have you ever done that where you take the actual photo from the client's business and upload it into the content studio and say enhance this, or is that another way?
I never tried yet, but I use it with other images, right? If you have any type of image, you have if you press on please Leontin, if you press on the AI Studio, first upload this image if you want. Then see you have a plus button. Here you can add another image and based on that image to modify that one or do something, or even based on the image what it's already created, you
Yeah.
can modify it and
Yeah.
do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Good.
So we have already, right?
Yeah, we do have the test account. Sign in, and there we go. The admin dashboard.
Nice. Okay. So we're looking at the recent appointments, client,
Yeah, the appointments today.
the date they're booking, status, payment is pending. Okay. Is that a calendar view that we can see when you say appointments? Okay, I see.
We don't have a calendar view, but we can
create one.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
first,
I want to. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry. We can create a calendar, or from here already we have a base structure. We can connect it already to Stripe. We don't need anything else right now.
Okay, can we create a calendar view so that I can see on each day what services are happening on that day?
Sure.
I want you to create a calendar view.
With appointments for each day.
And maybe say the services, including the service with the service.
Don't forget to tell where exactly. Okay, for this in the admin.
I want you to create a
are
calendar.
not accurate with the prompt, we'll put it whatever he thinks is better, right? This is the importance of creating a nice good prompt.
Yeah, no, this is really good because some of those high level details sometimes we can forget about, and then you press go and then you realize, oh, and you have to roll it back, or it happens in the wrong spot. I want you to create a calendar view in the admin dashboard with the services for each day, so I can see what services I have scheduled for each day. It's perfect. This could be used for so many things. I think about client bookings. If you have a client-based business, something that you could easily manage all of your clients and allow
almost any business needs an admin dashboard, right? To be a little bit more professional or to be a bit more organized.
Yeah.
And this is the way I think it's a great solution rather than to going. See, we already finished the website, we delivered to you. Let's take an example, like the classic example. But you want that calendar in your dashboard. So now you have to go back to the developer, explain it well what you want, and this is much more cost.
And then you have like the data privacy related issues, right? Like if you manage all of these things in public sites, oh, look at that. Then you click on it. Nice. I see. Oh, very good. Classic manicure, gel nails, and the status. Classic pedicure. Okay, those are paid. This pending. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And of course, it'd be so easy to just go on the calendar instead of writing the time, or maybe write the time and the service so I can see. But it's easy to just make those visual changes just through additional prompts. That's great.
Exactly. And I love the fact that it also tells us the total revenue for that month.
Yeah, that's great. Of confirmed, booked. Okay, wonderful. Active services.
Oh, it seems that there is an error. Okay.
Now, anyone in the chat, is there anything that you guys would like to see built, or any comments that you guys have? Does this feel or questions around this project? Go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'd love to.
Kitimara, I think there is another link for. I think you just joined the other live. There are two lives at the same time. One is on landscape, the other one is for mobile.
Where are those links? Would you be able to see the other one?
It's in the same. If you go to the Biela YouTube channel, you can find both of them. It's one under the other one.
Yeah, awesome. And we have some really exciting announcements about coming very soon about the difference between landscape and mobile. So stay tuned for that. I told you our founder loves to do special announcements and surprises.
Okay, shall we continue with the Stripe implementation?
Yeah, let's do it. So now you've got your site. Obviously, you could easily add services. What about, we might not need to do this before Stripe, but what if I had multiple clinicians, right? I almost, after you do Stripe, let's kind of have a conversation about that, because I would be interested in what's the best way to implement that. It's not just me. I've got 3 other people who work and who also take appointments.
Yeah, so before when we started building this this platform, we went into plan mode and we asked Biela how to approach this. And one of the questions was exactly this one. If we have multiple clinicians, do we want to implement that? And we thought that for this example, it would be better to have only one. Yeah.
Oh, but that's good that Biela was thinking about it that way. So yes, we could have easily done. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
To be easier to understand, it's like the owner will have his own account where he can see everything, and you can tell it to Biela, create for me a main user or a main big how to say it, main user, yes.
Mhm.
Then other type of users, okay, for the employees or for the colleagues or for whatever you want. And you can see all the data. The other users can see just what they did to be more privacy and everything, of course.
Yes.
So this is the way, like, structure it in the normal way.
But starting from this, it would be just additional conversations in plan mode to say, okay, we're running the business, everything is well. Now I'm going to add some new clinicians on, and this is what I want for them to be able to do, and walk through that process with Biela.
Exactly. And in your dashboard, you as the owner of the salon, you can add a button that add employee or edit employee or something like this.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to post this question here. So once the site is built, it will be applicable to computer and telephone. Thank you for asking that question, Woman on the Move. Will this be, can you speak to that? How will the user be able to use or interact with the site?
You should tell to Biela to make it more responsive if you want to use it from your mobile, because the view, right? Already thinking on it, it's doing a great job, but sometimes maybe it's not the best solution, or it's not the view what you expect.
Yeah.
You can tell it this to Biela. I want to be able to manage it also from my phone.
My phone.
Example.
So to give you also a specific example, Women on the Move, if you look, gentlemen, can you just toggle quickly on those views that we have right above the emblem, or like the Lux nail? You can see this is what it looks like on tablet. And so it's a bit optimized for tablet. And then all you would have to do is just give Biela a command that says, make this responsive or optimize this for tablet. And so once you complete building your site and you like the way it looks, you would go on to both of those views, or all three of the views that you toggle across the top. And then you can just do one prompt that says optimize for. Now, it will very naturally optimize it for each one of those views, but it is a good practice to go in and just simply click that view and tell Biela to optimize it for that view. Now, that is not the same thing as having a mobile app. Just so you know, it is a web application that has been optimized for viewing on those different devices. But a mobile application would be something that's a bit different, and it's actually built so that it can go on the Apple Store or on the Android Google Store, and that's going to be a little bit different. And we have exciting announcements about that coming up. But to answer your question, yes, this will be usable on any of the devices, just optimized for that view.
Okay.
So what should we do now?
So we've looked at the ad. We're going to do Stripe, right? Let's connect Stripe.
Let's
So in order to do that, we will go back to the code tab, and then we have here connect Stripe. I'm going to press it. And here will ask me for 2 keys. Now, I already have a Stripe account, a test account.
Okay.
And here, if I go on the home page, I will see here recommendations and the 2 keys that Biela is asking for.
Okay. Now, hold on really fast. What if I don't have a Stripe account?
It's so easy to create it even with your Google account. So you just need to. Biela will redirect you to Stripe. Okay.
Okay.
So, or you just need to go to Stripe and create your account, and you can see it from home. Here the API keys. You don't need to
go anywhere else. It's right there on the main page.
Yes.
Yeah, it will take like a couple of minutes to make that account. So,
is it free, or are you able to make free accounts, or do you have to have a paid subscription to Stripe?
No, it's free. At least for the test one. I have no idea about the full public one.
Yeah,
But you can get started just with the test account and get everything set up and be able to test it without having.
Of course, this is a sandbox. You have an amount of money, what is not real, to make to test it, because otherwise you don't know if it's working or not, or if you put the real data, something can happen meanwhile you are building it. So it's perfect, the sandbox, and it's free.
And it's free, so you can, again, we're going to test everything out. I love that. Okay, great. So you went on, you went to Biela, you clicked the button to connect Stripe, and then did it redirect you, or you just went there?
No, I just went there.
Okay, perfect. And
I think,
you.
Yeah. Okay. And also we do have here the test mode or sandbox and the production, but for this case I'm going to use the test mode. And I will just click here and it will automatically copy the first key.
Okay.
And then I will go to the secret key and I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Okay.
And then just save and close.
Now, I want to also just give you guys as a user hack. The first time that I did this, I opened up my Stripe account and I'm looking at a whole new user interface. I've never seen this before, and I was a bit confused. So I took a screenshot of that entire page and I pasted it right into the plan mode for Biela. And I said, I've never opened a Stripe account before. This is the image of what I'm looking at. Tell me what to do next. And Biela said, oh, perfect. You're right on the right page. Look over and see where it says XYZ. Copy that and paste it here. And Biela walked me right through and I had no hiccups. So this is another, I would say, user hack, pro hack, is take a picture of the page you're on, put it into plan mode and ask Biela, this is what I'm looking at. Tell me what to do next. And Biela will do exactly that.
Yeah, that's a very good tip.
Yes, actually I like it.
Question I have about Stripe is, if you are out of the continental US, can you have a Stripe account?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yep, Stripe is a global company.
Yeah, you don't have to be in USA or in a specific country to have Stripe. There might be some limitations in some countries. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's internationally available. So
yes. So Stripe is an international company. It accepts payments all the way around the world. There may be nuances about where your bank account is and then the Stripe account that you open, right? So your Stripe account is going to be connected to your bank account. So when you go through that process, you'll want to pay attention to those type of details. But yes, you certainly can have Stripe no matter where you are in the world.
So it finished, right?
Yeah, it finished setting it up.
Okay. And now this done. No, it's done. It's impressive how fast it is.
It is so fast. And now in my mind, I'm trying to remind myself, wait, all we did was press connect Stripe, right? Then we went to our free account and we pulled those keys and we pasted them in, and then we pressed submit, like go, and that's
save it. And connect or something like this, exactly.
Connect, something like this.
It's less than 10 clicks.
And then I went and I made omelet and I came back. Okay, I have another. Kitty says, I see the problem with my friend's project because he is trying to connect with his bank account and different accounts. Should be able to get that done or is not working yet. Yes, I will say, because I have helped clients that are international, there is nuance to that element, and it is a Stripe detail, right? So Stripe is a payment processor and they have certain rules and laws that they have to follow based on the banking laws in the country that you have your bank account. And so a Stripe US account, while it's the same company, is maybe not necessarily the same thing as a Stripe Germany account. per se, right? Same company, but it's going to have different banking laws that it has to follow. So I would probably instruct your person to reach out to Stripe or maybe engage their customer service to get the nuance that is needed based on where they're located, where their bank is, etc. And then that maybe it will change the difference in those keys. I don't know that we just saw the gentleman paste, but I think the problem solving that you're looking for is probably on the Stripe side. And you know, Kitty, along that same line, that's even probably one of those good times. When do you go to chat versus when do you build and plan? Asking some of those questions that are a little bit more research-based may be a good way to use chat when you're building. So it's like learning to use the different AI tools at different times and what they're best for, I think is also the new science that we're learning. Yeah, she said, I understand France is different. Yeah, every country has different banking limitations and permissions and requirements. Sometimes it's things like you have to have an automated email that goes out every time XYZ happens, or all of that. And so don't be intimidated by the nuance, but just know that it's there. Okay.
I like the fact that it seems that it already implemented the payment processing system for our booking page, and for the admin dashboard we have payments tab.
Oh, we have a payments tab now. So it added the payments tab to our admin dashboard. Let's see. It did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
I'm excited to test it out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do that now.
Let's run a payment. Now, for you guys watching.
First of all, deploy, right, Leontin?
Oh, good.
Yeah,
choice.
let's deploy it.
Let's deploy
And
it.
we will explain it why, or I mean, it's not.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we do have to wait.
Okay, so while that deploys, so it's building, I want to say this. So we're doing this together live with this nail salon. You can literally take your business, run this back, and follow the steps. So far, it's taken us an hour. We imported the site. I would say we started with the site, right? But that's a simple build, right? And I think we can probably even click over to the one that we started with the enhanced prompt and take a look at that. Is that it right there?
Yeah,
Yes,
this one.
and it's even in Romanian, so.
It's even in Romanian. That's awesome. Does it have the ability to translate? Can you say?
You can even text in any language, and
English.
It already has two. It already has two languages implemented.
Amazing. Look at that. It's beautiful. So in this hour, we have created a site. We created the admin dashboard, right? We have a booking calendar attached. We connected Stripe. So we could realistically, and I know what we'll do next, is test that Stripe payment. So what does that mean? That means that you can take your idea and in 1 hour duplicate what it is that we've done here, and you have a business ready to go.
So let's choose an appointment and the calendar, right?
Okay.
And it cost us $75.
For the build.
For the
appointment.
The mail.
For the appointment. Oh, I was going to say, well, it's on. Okay, this is good. So when we enter this, I want to see this client record in my back office. And then I want to ask you, where is that client record actually being stored? Is it being stored on my website that is being hosted on Biela?
It's stored in Supabase.
Okay, so have we connected Supabase?
So all your information is safe.
But we haven't connected Supabase to this site yet.
It's
We connected Supabase before.
connected before.
Ah, you did.
I mean,
Okay.
I think last week we on the live we connected.
We
So we didn't thought that it's so important to connected now. So we went directly to.
We did that ahead of time. Yes, that is so true. So
yeah,
if you guys
so
were
easy.
on last week's live, or if you didn't, no problem. Last week's live, we showed how to connect Supabase. Supabase is going to be a database that all of this transactional information that happens on your website is stored and easily accessible. Supabase also has a free subscription, so that way you are able to do everything that we talked about today. And essentially the only
not just and also not just for stored data, it's to have a login system. It's also to create.
It can store files.
It can store. So it's a full backend. Yes.
It's a full back end. I love that. For the non-technical people, we've got front end, we got back end. We're getting fancy. We got API. Is it an API connection?
Everybody will understand soon all these things. And
I
with
know,
us on the lives.
Agreed. But I'm getting fancy for the new users and myself. I consider myself, I'm an enthusiast, and I learn from these guys all the time. So I'm just taking you guys on the journey. Innovative Lab said, insane. Thank you. I feel the same way. This is amazing. We did this in 1 hour and 8 minutes. It's crazy.
Not even, because we started 10 minutes before with the intro video, right? So less than 1 hour.
Well, that's so true. So we're not even at 1 hour yet. That's so true. Love from Sweden. Love Biela. Thank you so much. We love you too. Thank you so much. Somebody said, how I did many times use almost all tokens already. Oh, you say you use, well, that's why we have to top up. But then also I would say, this is where you can really optimize your token usage using plan mode, right? So we did talk about that when we started out the call, having some research-based conversations with maybe chat or something else, then coming into Biela and then doing the planning in Biela, because really I have seen more built with like 3 or 4 prompts than I ever could have imagined, which, obviously once you get into tweaking your site, you do a lot more back and forth in the token usage, but I've seen a ton built with 3, 4, 5 prompts. So you will get more efficient with your token usage. Be encouraged. That is a real thing.
Time also, it's important because your time is also costing. So
yep, that's right. Thank you, Woman on the Move. Hey, listen, thank you so much for also all of your contributions on the call today. One of the things, I don't think you were here in the very beginning, that I wanted to mention is that we love to take questions. We love to help our community build projects. So if you have questions or you have different things, don't hesitate to put them in the chat. I take note of the things that are in the chat, and we will direct future builds. Sometimes we'll even build for customers. We do have another project that we're probably going to do, not next week because there's a special announcement, but the week after that, where we're actually going to build a project for a community member. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely put your details in the chat and we will reach out to you. Well,
so look at this. We already made a booking.
So we already have a booking confirmed. The payment went through. We can see that in Stripe,
right? You can check it in Stripe also.
We have to refresh the page first.
Oh, you'll go and then you go into your Stripe. Oh, nice. Okay.
And here on transactions, it's
somewhere around in transactions. Yeah,
in transactions.
we
So
have
that
this one.
Is today at exactly at 5 Romanian time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, 10 California time.
And we can actually see it in the admin dashboard too, but there is a problem. Even though Stripe says that,
right?
Sorry?
It's not refreshing it. It's not refreshing the status of the payment.
Exactly. It says that it's still in pending. So we're gonna tell Biela that we need to fix it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell it that even though the Stripe payment was accepted,
The status.
yeah, the status,
The dashboard, it's pending. No?
yeah, still in pending. And this should solve this problem too.
Nice. Again, we're chatting with, this is one of the things I love about Biela, and is I've gotten really comfortable is having these conversations. There's a feature called Private CTO. We're going to do a session on it one time, so don't worry, you're going to love it. But the concept of just being able to have the conversation, and it's all in context. This is really powerful and will assist you more than you ever know. So sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. I need to reach out to support, and that very well may be the case. And so reach out to support, but you can really start to utilize that plan mode as support because it's all in context conversation, and we'll walk you through, handhold you through the process. Okay, I have a question here. Will it protect your website from hackers? That's a great question. Gentlemen, what can we say about that?
For example, the database, it's in Supabase, so you don't need to. We are not creating a full database from scratch where it can be the data stolen or hacked or something. We are using Supabase, and for the payment, we are using, of course, Stripe. So all of them, they are professionals on their side. And you don't need to think that you can be hacked so easy.
Okay, so that's a good question. I want to elaborate on that a little bit. So Stripe has all sorts of security protocols they have to maintain because they're storing customer information, credit cards, and all of that. Then also Supabase has security protocols they have to maintain. So they're also the ones who have to maintain that level of security. So by connecting those pieces to our website and having the data live on those connected pieces, then we essentially don't have to protect the customer sensitive data in that sort of way. Is that correct? Now,
Exactly.
What about our admin dashboard, right? We've got some information that's back there. We do have, let's say, customer file information. How do we?
The data is stored in Supabase. Your login and your user is stored in the Supabase also. So otherwise, you give your username and your password to someone, nobody should know anything about.
Okay, so then since all of that information is stored there, we really, the key area is keeping control of our username and password.
Exactly.
Because they would be able to. So can they actually hack the website, or would they actually be trying to hack Supabase?
They can try to hack the website, but if the credentials are in Supabase and Supabase is making the authentication and everything, it's difficult. Yes, in this case, how you say, you should also hack Supabase to take out all of the information, no?
Right. Yeah. So that's good. It's which is really good because we're understanding what this digital infrastructure actually is, right? We're creating a front-end user experience that is aesthetically beautiful, that flows nice. So you would think of it like the UI UX or
exactly. You need to focus more on your product. You need to focus more on your service. What it's really matters, right?
Yep.
So
Yep. And then we're trusting
important
the,
part of the business, the website, because it's where the client is paying you, or your client or your user is using your platform. But you need to focus on your job, of course.
yep. And then we're trusting those other entities or those other businesses to provide their specialty. So our specialty is tell the story, make it beautiful, make it easy to interact with, right? And easy to navigate on the site. And then we trust Supabase, we trust Stripe to add those benefits in. And now all of a sudden we've got a functioning business. So yeah, I would say your main issue for the user experience that you're creating with this front end website isn't necessarily the security, because we're using established businesses that are already being held accountable for security protocols. But that's a great question and super, super relevant. Thank you for asking
Let's check what is doing. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're great. Yes, go back and watch the video again. This has been a really great session. And honestly, I've also been watching, people are really hanging around. So I feel good about the value that we're adding in terms of teaching how. Any questions you guys have, don't hesitate to put them in the chat. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, so it seems that it finished, but it still doesn't update the status though.
The last one, maybe we can approach on other way, saying that first check the pending, then show the data or show the status, right? Ask Stripe if it's done or something like this. We can do.
Sorry, I did not hear that.
I'm just thinking how to just say to.
What I'm thinking is that once it gets to the success screen, maybe it can confirm that the payment was was done.
It's confirming
Otherwise
that the problem is taking a little bit more time, right?
Yeah.
So right now, what we're looking at is that communication coming back from Stripe to say that the payment went through is not updating on our backend or on our dashboard. Is that correct?
Yes. One thing that I want to also check, and for that I will have to log in my Supabase account, is to see if the payment was actually updated here. Let me just. Okay, so I'm going to the table editor, payments.
So last week, if you were watching Supabase, this would look familiar to you because you would.
But if you can see, it has very similar structure like Stripe, right? In the left side, you have home, then you have tables, then you have thing, and Stripe, you have home, you have transactions. It's
similar, I see. Which is helpful when you have a lot of different platforms.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it seems that the transaction is not updated even in the database. So that's one very good thing to.
And in Stripe, it's
in Stripe, it's successful. Yeah, it succeeded. And I will tell you that there is a communication problem between Stripe and our app.
And Supabase? Or do you have to say that? For me, I would say there's not communication happening between Stripe.
In this case,
it's being communicating in the good way between the app and the database because it's showing pending. But the app is not changing the status from when it's receiving from Stripe, I guess.
Yeah.
The payment status is not updated in the database.
This is good. This is really good for people to see, because this is a bit of that problem solving where you have to start extracting and then formulating the question in a way to sort of pick it out, right? And it's really not that difficult, but once you start to learn how to do that, you start to approach it from that perspective, which is really valuable to see. It's not too much, but it's just a different way of framing, learning to frame your question in different ways,
Exactly.
so that it can dial in on what exactly is going on.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about communication.
Yeah. This is a good one too. We can touch on this at some point before we go, but how to change the URL to this of the site to your domain name. Oh man, you're going to be impressed with how simple this is.
we will do another about this one also, right? Or we didn't do it. No, we will do it, right?
Yeah,
we
can.
did actually, I think.
Oh yes, we have. I mean, this is actually, so thank you for that question.
We'll do it again. I mean,
yeah, thank you for that question, Kwame. It's a great question, because here we are, we're making it live, right? It's actually super simple. Kwame, let me ask you a question if you can. Who do you currently host your domain with? If you can drop it in the chat, that would be great. So when you guys saw the process of implementing Stripe, you know, we went into the code component and then we clicked a button that said connect Stripe. It's a very similar process in terms of connect your domain name.
Exactly. If Leontin, if you can press on settings, then go to domain
management, add domain name. There you go.
Add domain.
Right now, when you enter that domain, it's going to assume, right, that you own that domain, right? So whatever.com. And then there will be a process of you validating that, and it takes a bit of time, but essentially it confirms. And so that's why I was asking, where do you hold your hosting? Because you may need to go into that. Let's say it's GoDaddy or something, go into your GoDaddy account and you'll confirm that that request is coming from you. And then it's like, it says 24 hours, but I think on average for me, it's like 15 minutes, maybe. Sometimes it's almost instant.
So it succeeds. Now let's make another booking and test it out.
Yeah, I wanted to check first the database, and it was updated here too.
Yes.
So that means it's all good.
Yay.
I will try, and I will. Oh, I know the problem.
We
need to deploy first.
You didn't exactly.
So we need to
talk
touch
about that. Yeah.
We need to touch this subject because it's very important.
Okay.
Right now, when we implement Stripe, sometimes it creates another external URL that it will go to process the payment, and that will not be loaded here straight in Biela.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, in order to check that, we need to deploy first, and then it will we'll click on Live App.
Not just another important thing to deploy it every time when you finish is because if you made a major change, will not be live for the other users if you don't press on deploy. So don't forget to press on deploy to make the changes also on live, not just on Biela.
Yeah, the same mistake that I did.
I have a question about that too. So let's say in the first phase, I press deploy and it gives me a live link, right?
Exactly.
And then I go back into my sandbox environment and I create some more. And then I press deploy again. Is that the same live link or is it a new live link?
It's the same link. It's the same link.
Okay, so it's basically updating it so that new.
Exactly. Imagine the chaos if it's a new link every time when we make a new change, just a change color change of the button.
Okay, good. So that's perfect. I love that. So the nuance of like, okay, I made updates, deploy them, and now run This makes sense. This makes perfect sense.
Okay. 45. So this one, exactly.
Payments 3, and now it works. So I think it solved the problem the first time when I told it to solve it, but because I didn't deploy it.
Yeah, I agree. Even thinking about my past experiences doing the same thing, I'm like, oh, yep. I think we all forgot about the deploy right there before we did that.
Well,
so
we're humans, so.
I know, it's a good
This
thing.
is the difference.
It's a good thing. Awesome. Wow, I think this is amazing. Is there anybody, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Really excited to see you watched all the way to the end. I feel like this was a really valuable time that we spent, and definitely one that you could play back and bring all of these things to life in your business. Do you, gentlemen, if you have anything else you'd like to show or display for today, I think I'd be happy to do that. I also want to make sure that you guys know in the chat, if you have any additional questions that you want to ask, or want to find out how to contact about getting help with your projects or anything like that, please drop that in the chat. We'll leave it open and kind of go through the projects visually a little bit more, and then we will call it a day. I think it was a power pack time, and you guys did great. Thank you so much, Robert, Leontin. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and I'm still surprised that this website looks very, very good with just a simple prompt.
And also the video, right? But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Kitty said, great, now I understand.
Yes.
Thanks for the information. You're welcome, Kitty.
I'm happy to be helpful.
Very helpful. Need to deploy every changement. I'm not sure what that means, but I think I get you, Kitty. Thank you so much. How can I get assistance with my project? Okay, so Woman on the Move. Do you currently have a Biela account? Are you currently using the platform? That's my first question. Thank you guys. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. Thanks for coming. Very informative. Thank you for having this. You are very welcome. Morning Nuke. It's funny reading your usernames. If you guys have any more questions, you want to see different things covered, make sure to let me know. You can drop questions in Discord, Telegram. I would suggest you definitely do that. So when it comes to further communication, once you come onto the website, you will see banner on the top of the website that says join us on Discord, join us on Telegram, and that way you can chat directly with us. That's one. Number two, if you create an account and then you are an affiliate, there is a whole different platform that you have access to, and you have private chat for that affiliate membership. Now, what is affiliate relationship? So Biela in no way is a MLM company, but what we are is a structured affiliate program. So when you see companies like Bolt or Replit or Lovable, which we would consider alternative solutions, what you're seeing there are heavily VC-backed companies that are spending millions and millions of dollars on advertising. We have a different business model. Our business model is to build a community of builders, and that's why we're doing what we're doing now. And in that, we also share profit for people who you bring onto the platform. So while you're building these amazing solutions and bringing businesses online, you also have the ability to get paid as you grow that community. And we have an entire affiliate community that you can access on the web page. So sign up for that and build businesses for your friends and your business or your local community. And we will see you there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It looks like Women on the Move. It says, I do try to create a site yesterday, but it did not work. So go ahead and join our Discord community or Telegram community, okay? Indicate yourself there. Leontin and Robert are both in that chat. We will extract and I will chat with you about getting you assistance with that particular one. So, but you have to indicate yourself. Hey, I was woman on the move. Nobody impersonate her. You hear me? When on the chat, and then that way we can get you help with that project. So yes, you should do a program on remind your Biela to deploy. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Woman on the Move, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Telegram or Discord and getting you going with an amazing site. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next week on our Thursday live, and it's going to be massive. This is going to be a huge announcement. You do not want to miss what's happening next week. I promise you. I've even got some stats to share about how impactful it is and how easy it's going to be for you to take what you're doing to the next level. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for coming.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye.